Okay, everybody. Hello. This is less than ideal. Bearing in mind I've got nobody else doing commentary with me, so it's just me, Mike Pitman, here for talking you through everything going on through ITC here at GPVWC. We are just about to get underway, actually. I'm having to do cameras as well, so you're going to have to really bear with me. Yep, okay. So we've just finished warm-up, so we're waiting to move into the next, into the race, which is race 1 of 3 that we're going to have today. This is from Zandvoort circuit. This is round 4 as well. So far, we've got a lot of the back of the grids coming into this event, so I haven't got the list in front of me because I wasn't expecting to do this. Oh well. So we shall try our best. I shall work you through the grid in a minute. Bear in mind, if you haven't seen this series before, the top 5 in the championship always have weight penalty or success ballast or whatever you want to call it. They always have that on the car for race 1. Then for the second race, the ballast will go to the top 5 finishers of race 1. And then the third race, the ballast does the same again, top 5 finishers of race 2. But we also have reverse good in race 3. So anything can happen, and normally does in ITC. I think it's taken so long because we're having to work out all these grid penalties and up and down. Yeah, it's going to be a bit mad. There's also some stand-in drivers and, yeah, lots of changes around the place. What I will try and do, though, is talk you through as best I can. It's not fantastic because I've got feedback and it's a bit slow and we're getting there, but bear with me. You can ask questions you like on the YouTube chat. We also are looking for anyone, budding commentators or cameramen or anyone who wants to help in any series at all at GPWC. Get involved with myself or anyone at the forum. Contact any admin even, not madmen. Anyway, contact somebody and talk in the Discord, and we can get you on the comms or cams somewhere. Would really help us out and make sure we get these broadcasts consistently. Would help me anyway, being on my own. Don't really fancy that. Oh, and we are moving through. Right, so we do have our grid. That's good. They'll all be making their way soon to the track. For those of you who haven't seen the other races, do check back and have a look because they were rather exciting. Particularly, well, actually, in fact, all of them have been really good. Like, there's been close battles all the way up and down the grid. Granted, we have got a couple of guys that are sort of your normal front runners, which is perfectly legitimate for any sort of season you'd normally have. I'll quickly tell you those, so it also tells you your weight penalty people. So Rudy Van Buren is leading the championship with 186 points. Matt Richards then has 123 points. David Franchik in 105 points. Chris Shepherd with 95. And Niels Brugman with 94. So those are your weight ballast members of the grid, anyway. So they're the ones you're leading your standings currently. So to lead us away, actually, though, tonight on the grid is Lars Brugman. We haven't actually seen him before. We have seen his brother racing quite a bit, who I've just mentioned those in the top 5 in the standings. He's also sat second on the grid. So he's got some weight, even though he qualified with that weight as well, so that makes that very impressive being that high up. Interestingly, the brothers driving for different teams, which isn't something you often see with these guys. Anyone who wants to join the series, yes, Eagle, by all means. There is people looking for drivers. I'm sure you could get a stand-in for some event. You might even be able to get involved tonight if you really went for it, but there you go. There is some free seats. Let's keep going. So we've got Jeffrey Fournier. He's sat in third. He's been quite a dramatic season, some disconnects, but has been showing his pace. His teammate, Chris Shepherd, who's also got some weight on the car. He sat in fourth. Lewis McGlade in fifth for another good showing for his team. He's in the top as well. We then go with Dave Franchik, who has got some weight in sixth. Adam Hodgkinson, Neil Bugman's weight teammate, doesn't have any weight in seventh. Adrian Holm, last year's champion for THR, sits in eighth there. Rob Mason in ninth. Matthew Clip up in the very bright car Cosmo there in 10th. Chris Butcher in 11th for THR. Tristan Porters in 12th. Mark Wicks in 13th. Matt Richards holding quite a lot of weight, second in our championship at the moment, for Drake there in 14th. His teammate Stephen McCready in 15th. Philip Morby in 16th. Elise Skinner hasn't made it out of the pit, so maybe a pit lane start, or maybe some issues there, we're not sure. Otherwise, effectively, Ryan Nash is in 18th, but effectively works 17th. Rudy Van Buren did qualify on pole, but with his back of the grid is now 19th, and with his 75 kilograms weight ballast, leading the championship. His teammate Kevin Ryan in 20th, also with the back of the grid. The new driver, Prader, apologies there for the Cosmo driver, but great to see him on the grid as well. Eric Stanford in 22nd. These are all back of the grid people. Fiddler 23rd. Rude in 24th. So that's your grid at the moment. 24 drivers. And we're going to be seeing around 11 laps for 3 races of 11 laps each. Around this great Zandvoort circuit. Right. Obviously, this is a free-to-race mod, free to join. Unlike the ladder at the series, where you have to pay to have a license, this is something where you can get involved in GPWC for free. Anyway, while they're all lining up, I haven't got anyone to predict winners, that sort of thing. But Lars Bogman from first with no weight is going to be pretty difficult to beat. Right, the lights are coming on. So we're on 3, we're on 4, we're on 5, and for race 1 of Zandvoort, and we'll go. Great start from Niels though, even with the weight. And the two behind as well there. Shepherd looks like he's got slightly better than Fournier. He's actually going to try and take the lead from the outside. Bugman's touch. Oh, look how close that is round there. And Lars has been pushed out wide there and lost out that position for the lead. But he's right behind though still his brother. But being really challenged by Shepherd there and actually touched slightly. That looks like a THR of Pole, Butcher slightly off there maybe. He's come back on track fine, so that's looking pretty safe up and down the field otherwise, so that's pretty good work. So Lars lost out on the lead there, so we've got Niels starting to pull away already. We've got Shepherd jumped his teammate and is after Lars. Fournier solidly in 4th. McLean stayed in 5th. Franchik stayed in 6th. Butcher made a good jump though. He's jumped his teammate and a couple of others to make himself up to 7th. His teammate then is in 8th. Olden Holt. Adam Hodgkinson dropped down a couple to 9th and is actually under pressure now from Matt Richards, but Matt Richards I don't think will get around the outside. No, but he's right on. He's going to be really after him here. Trying to make his way back through, obviously, title challenge potentially. Rob Mason stuck himself in 11th still, that's good work from him. Matthew Clip, Porters, Wicks, Morby, McGreedy under pressure from the 2 Rod Bulls who are battling away. So that looks like Van Buren still got the place from Kevin Ryan, but obviously different weights there make a difference. Let's keep going down the grid. So we've got Brader, Nash, Rude, Fiddler, Stanford, and Skinner did make the start, so good work. Right, so let's go back to the front. So we've got Niels Bugman, that slipstreaming effect here on here, getting chased by his brother, getting really caught up, and actually behind them we got Franchik going very defensive from Butcher, taking the inside line way back on the straight. Oh, and Butcher turns. Oh, and he ends up sliding that car and actually gets touched by his teammate. Didn't spin round, but did load out on 2 positions there. And drops himself down a bit under pressure from Richards, it would appear now. Yep. So that was a bit of an error there, but good hold, I suppose, and it was very lucky it didn't cause any more problems with his teammate. And back at the front, we've got Lars Bugman under pressure from Chris Shepherd. Normally, we see them work as a buffer one way or the other. Being in different teams, I could imagine that might not be the case. Family rivalry. Further back, Van Buren's got past Clip for 14th. He's working his way back up. Let's concentrate on these guys at the front. Be interesting to see if the two Epic drivers do battle each other. They don't seem to be giving each other much space, really. Rude has got past... well, no, he hasn't. Just lost out to Prida in 17th and 18th. They're battling away rather nicely. We could have a quick look back over there, I suppose. All seems to have quietened down slightly, but it's all very close still. Back at the front, though, we've got to keep watching this because this is so close. The second half of the lap, Lars catches up Neil Bugman really close. But then the first part of the lap, Niels pulls away, so it's quite even Stevens really. But Chris Shepherd though, right on the back. Look at this, coming down the starts home straight, chasing up on Lars. He gets a good slipstream. He's going to try and take a dive to the inside, but actually Lars looks at Niels. Oh, it looks like Fournier outbreaks himself. Oh, and Shepherd actually touches the back there of Lars, and then Fournier comes past. Oh, just about saved it though. That's fine. So no love lost there, obviously. But there's another little tap there. This is almost like Shepherd is pushing Lars along. All sort of quietens down through this middle section of the lap. I'm getting told further back that Morby rolled somewhere, so that's quite interesting. Didn't miss that, obviously, somewhere. Apologies to everybody, but we should keep looking at this top four battle. They are now starting to drop McGlade. Not by a lot, but still there or thereabouts. Franchik's keeping himself nice and safe in sixth. He's got a little bit of breathing room. Back to Adam Hodgkinson, who's being chased down by those two THR guys. You don't want to see that in your rearview mirror. I've missed up the front now after all that. So Fournier's got past Shepherd, so let's go back and have a look at that, shall we? So, is it going to be a mistake from Shepherd? Slightly. Seemed to get a bit squiggly coming out of there, and it means that Fournier got a good run on him. Yep, and comes down the inside, gets it stopped in time. Quite easy really after all that. Good work by the teammates. Let's Fournier go off now and try and take down Bugman's. So good on him. Let's see if that makes any difference, because yeah, Chris Shepherd did struggle to get past. So now we'll see what those two do. He won't be happy though that his teammates beating him, knowing him. Right, let's keep going back. What else is going on? So Mason in 11th. Starting to come under pressure from Kevin Ryan and Van Buren, who have swapped places in those Red Bulls. Maybe Rudy is really struggling with that weight compared to his teammate. It is quite difficult with 75 kilograms on that car. It's massive. You got Stephen McCready in 14th, doing well. Matthew Clip rounding out the points, although he has got a lot of company of Fabian Rude as well. So we'll see if he can hold on to that point. But there's a lot of pressure coming about there. Back at the front though, the pressure is still happening. Even though the battling is in second, third, Niels has not got away. He's not even a second up the road. And then we've got, how close are these guys? Let's see if we can go on board from Fournier. That's not the camera angle I was after, but very nice Epic car. Let's round back through, shall we? Sorry about this. That's lovely, yep. That's more like it. See how much he closes down this home straight, shall we? Although having said that, we might want to look back up at the lead. Because Lars is coming really close to Niels. He, once again, into that first corner. Takes a dive out into the inside, but didn't actually make a move. The problem he's got is if he makes a move and isn't confident about it, doesn't make it, he's going to really lose that place potentially to both Epic cars. So he has to be really sure. Doesn't seem to be close enough for the rest of the lap. Not sure what's gone on to Stephen McCready, but he's dropped down quite a bit. Let's gander what happened there. He was in front of these guys. Clip seems to look like he's going to have a go into corner 1. Rude on the outside, maybe. Clip does get the position. So good work by Clip there for 14th. Sorry about hearing all my keyboard noises. It's not ideal, but it's what you've got, I'm afraid. Back at the front though, we're going to keep on this. Apologies, we're missing stuff in the back. There is quite a lot happening. In fact, the Bob Bulls are now swarming over Bob Mason. In fact, we could potentially see that in 11th, 12th, and 13th. In fact, Kevin Ryan's got off the track there, lost himself 2 places down to 13th. Well, he's kept keeping his nose in it with Rudy still. Might try a dive up the inside. I think it's slightly better of it, maybe. But they're going to be battling away. It's great to see teammates battling away. Back at the front, we've still got a great run now by Fournier on Lars Brugman. But Lars Brugman does have some great straight line speed. We've seen him on that already on the home straight, catching up his brother, and he does again. But Fournier does have a look this time. I think it's better of it and has to brake quite heavily. These 4 have sort of dropped McGlade now. Kevin Ryan has got back past Grandview. Yes, he has. That's a change of position for 12th and 13th. I know these 4 are sort of line of stir. We are on lap 6, people. So we're just over halfway now. And I would not want to call it between these guys at all. Remember, of course, that Niels does have weight on his car, as does Chris Shepherd. So that's maybe why he can't get away quite as easily. Oh, and the battle there, look at that. That was a mistake there by Lars. And looks like Fournier isn't going to be able to do much around the outside of there. And goes squiggly himself. Near loses out to Shepherd. In fact, that's exactly what Shepherd did, where Fournier did get past. So we'll see if Shepherd can do the exact same back to him if he makes a dive up the inside here, and he does. It does get it stopped in time as well, so brilliant work there. They've just done the exact same thing back to each other. And I suppose fair is fair, isn't it there? Chris Shepherd's turn. Your turn up the road, mate. Oh, and that's the returning Elise, is it? Maybe there's... Apologies, who's that going to be? That's Skinner off the track, trying to get out of everyone's way, but he's now going the home straight on the grass. I mean, it's one way to get out the leaders, but get back on the road there, Elise. Well done. Right, back up the front though, we've got Niels Brugman still leading from Lars, Chris Shepherd and Fournier battling away in the Epics. Lewis McGlade in 5th. Dave Franchik now coming under pressure behind Aaron Karjinskin. And who's that? Butcher. Butcher was right alongside there into that corner. He's now pulled in behind. He's really on it for this. I've missed Adrian Holm dropping down the field there somewhere. He's now dropped down to 13th. That's a real shame for him, for the THR guys. I'm hoping the THR guys didn't come together. They were running on very much the same piece of track. Mark Wicks, that's not looking good for him. He's off into the... Let's have a look what's going on with him there in 21st. He's taken a... Oh, he's taken a nice flying trip over the barrier and into our lovely little hedgerow there. Oh, I think that's him out. I don't think he's going to find his way... Oh, there is a gap in the fence. He might make his way back home. If he can avoid that rather large dumper truck. And he does. That's very lucky for him. I've seen that not work out well before. That was just a small curb though, and he made a massive dive. If he's got no suspension damage or anything like that, fair enough. And he's retired it. Shame, I don't blame him either. Right, up the front though, we've dropped slightly Fournier here, but the top 3 is still so close together. You can throw a blanket over the top 3 here. And then further behind, you've got Franchit now coming under pressure from Hodgkinson for 6th and 7th. We've also Butcher in 8th there, just watching on in case there's any issues that are going to come forwards. It's another great little battle. It's very hard to follow all the battles going on here at ITC. My God. Right up the front though, we've still got Niels. He seems to have been there the whole time since the start, but he's not really pulled away at all. I mean, imagine being Lars Budman, you're having to watch that your brother's rear wing running away, but not going that far away, almost touchable. But then you've got to look in your mirror as well, because you've got these brilliant epic purple cars, one or the other of them anyway, swarming over that mirror. This section of the track where Lars really catches up, but he just can't get it enough to be able to get into corner 1. See if he does, if he can get any closer. If he can be more planted around this one, because he's got the straight line speed, and that's the big thing. He's looking a lot closer, but then so is Shepherd. Almost looks like Lars is holding up Shepherd really, but that's probably not quite the case. Right, so we're on to the home straight again. We're going to see Lars catch right up to Niels using the slipstream. Does he make a dive out? Fournier goes early actually, which I don't think is going to happen. They're trying to pressure Niels into making a mistake really. No one's making a massive move on it, everyone's just pressuring. We are running out of laps though, guys, and they'll know that, and they'll be looking at it as well. Look at the battle here though for Mason and the 2 Rod Bulls. All 3 aside though, that was a bit mad. Looks as though we're going to have Ryan take it out of the 3 of them. Rod Mason looks like he's lost 2 places in a couple of corners there. And he's under pressure there for Holm as well, catching up as well, who's recovering Holm. Yeah, Morby looks like he's got himself up to... Oh no, he hasn't quite got 15th, he missed out there. So on the top of the back of the grid, guys haven't really caught up very much. Other times we've seen them really get their way back up onto the podium. Because there hasn't been many incidents, I suppose. Oh, that was a bit of a problem there from Lars, but we went over that curb rather strongly. Lost a lot of momentum. He's going quite defensive into that corner. And Shepherd's going very wide out of there as well. All legal, looking at it, but going to get a good run. Lars just got that Honda Civic set up to be a straight line god, really. Look at it. And he's really close through here now. This is massively... They'll literally look like they're towing each other. This is where you want to stay close, Lars. This is... Pin yourself to that back bumper. Same with you, Chris. Let's see if we can get all 3 of you going. We're on lap 9 now done. We're onto the home straight. This is a lot closer this time out. If we can keep that pace going, we might see a dive through. This time Shepherd's a bit further behind. That straight's not long enough, even when they're that close. The 3 of them have slightly pulled away from Fournier. But Niels is just putting that car in the right places. Lars, they're looking in the inside there. Not going to really happen. It's looking like a great team result from Epic and Aurora, who are sitting in 3rd and 4th, and then 2nd and 5th respectively. Adrian Holm, let's quickly go back there and have a look, because looks like he's just got himself up in 12th past Mason, so we'll have a look at this now. Oh, Mason, oh dear. Mason comes back onto the track, sits, smashes the wall. Well, it's one way to turn around, I suppose, there, Rob. But no matter, that's lost 1 place. Still in the points in 13th. I'm very aware if I pull away from the top 4 here, I might miss something that's actually going to happen. Having watched them for 10 laps, it'd be really disappointing to actually miss the actual overtake that may well come along. Behind them though, we've got a great battle still going for 6th, 7th and 8th. This is Franchik, Hodgkinson and Butcher. So again, they'll be really looking at this game. We're running out of lap. And in fact, Butcher is so close to Hodgkinson coming to this straight here. But the Civic is meant to be the straighter, the faster over the straight. In fact, Hodgkinson catches up and pushes the car there of the Ford of the Zedric of Franchik. Seemingly Matt Richards now under massive pressure from the two bubbles that are following each other around. So that's for 9th, 10th and 11th. We are now on the last lap for the leaders. So they really have now dropped Fournier. He now seems to have settled himself for 4th. Not a bad place to finish at all. Remember, they'll start in these positions. But Shepherd does not look like he wants to finish 3rd. He wants that 2nd place. And in fact, he dives on the outside of this corner. That's not going to happen around there. Could give him a good run though. Although he went squiggly again in that Beamer. That's difficult. Just doesn't have the straight line speed come out of here. Oh, what on earth's going on there? Whoa. Go and look at 6th, 7th and 8th. So we've got Butcher trying to take Hodgkinson. Let's see what happens. He dives down the inside. He's ahead, definitely. They're pushing aside. Is he going to push him wide? He pushes Hodgkinson onto the grass. And then they touch. And actually that pushes Butcher into the wall. Butcher then goes backwards across the track into the wall. And carries on. He's lost out an awful lot of places though. Ends up behind his teammate in 12th. So that promoted Richards, Van Buren, Ryan and Holm. Butcher doing some rallying around there. This is also very close still above them though. So actually you've got Holm, Ryan, Van Buren, Richards and now Hodgkinson all so close to each other. Dave Franchik now a nice solid 6th. We finished. My goodness, I'm sorry we missed out what's going on here. So we've got Niels, Lars, Shepherd, Fournier, McGlade have all finished. Franchik has now finished. We've got Hodgkinson finished, Matt Richards, Van Buren, Kevin Ryan, Adrian Holm, Chris Butcher, Rob Mason will make it home 13th. Matthew Clipp will bring home 14th. And Philip Morby looks like he's going to come home 15th. And that's your final points playing position in 15th. There he is. Your people that missed out on points, unfortunately, but do look like they're finishing. So that's McCready in 16th, Potters in 17th, Fidder in 8th, Rood in 19th, Stanford in 20th. Well, I've missed completely that livery, really. What a brilliant little livery. Prido on his 21st on his debut. Ryan Nash, yeah, may not finish looking at him. Yeah, in some accidents there. Skinner in 23rd. Mark Wicks obviously didn't finish. The only one. But everyone else finished for us. So great work there. But congratulations to both the Brugmans, but Niels particularly there for the win. So we've got some great racing again still coming up now. So actually, Niels will have leapfrogged Chris Shepherd now in the standings based on that. And they will have caught right up to Franchik and on the tails of Richards now as well, because Richard only got himself into 8th. So that wasn't great for him, but was better for him than it was Van Buren, who got 9th. Yeah. I wonder whether the bubble was sort of battling away the whole time. Probably didn't help them necessarily. Same with the THR guys, coming home 11th and 12th. They're not going to be particularly happy there either. They both had some sort of incidents. So yeah, they're all being very good actually and going round to the pits. Good work for them. Let's get that off. Right, brilliant. So, what happened there? So this time out, we've got another race coming up for you now. Another 11 lap race. This time though, they're going to start in the finishing positions you've just seen. So we still get the fast guys at the front, so it's almost like round 2 for these guys at the front there, but they will have weight ballast now. So although Niels had some weight balance last time out, not a lot, he was the 5th in the standings, so he will now get the full 75 kilograms, which is going to make a big difference to him. And then certain people like Lars, who didn't have any weight, now will have weight. Chris Shepherd had some weight, will equally have some again. Fournier will have some, and Lewis McGlade will have some. The people that you have to watch out for that will have no weight, so like Franchik in 6th, he had weight this first race, will not now in the second race and starts 6th. Hodgkinson, 7th. And then you've got Matt Richards, who had a lot of weight. Van Buren, who had a lot of weight. They're both in 8th and 9th. You've got Kevin Ryan as well, who battled his way up from the back of the grid up to 10th. Holman Butcher out of position in an 11th, 12th. There's some really fast drivers further down. We're going to see some brilliant stuff here. Although there was some great defensive driving as well, as you've just seen. We'll probably see that again. It was pretty clean, really, as well. I was quite impressed with most people there. With only one retirement, and actually that wasn't really his own fault by the wicks. That was some nice glitch on the curb there. So he was believing he could fly, which apparently he did, into a marshland. But nonetheless, that seems to have destroyed his car. There you go, people. Lesson learnt. Do not go off the track completely in your ITC car. It will not survive the crash. Little helpful tip there for you. We've got a couple of minutes to go through before. We've got, what have we got going on then? Yeah, so let's get involved, shall we? If you've liked what you've seen so far, you can always get involved with GPVWC here. If you want to be on comms, I'm doing a big push for that now. Let's get some commentary people in. Let's get some camera people in. For cameras, we have our own broadcast machine. You don't need the quality machine yourself to broadcast. Just if you can run R-Factor 2 yourself, then you can run it on the broadcast machine, not a problem. Do get involved if you're interested in commentating on any of the series at all, because we've got lots of other series here at GPVWC. Not only have we got this independent series here of ITC, we also do a full single-seater ladder series, which is 3 series. You've got the Formula Challenge, which is like your lowest level, a bit like GP3. You've got Super Cup, which is a bit like your GP2. And then you've got the Super League, which is very much like your Formula 1. You work your way up, and they're on next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. So you can watch them all on this channel as well. Or you can all get involved if needed. Or if you're in any way interested, get onto our Discord, head over to gpvwc.com. And you can see all the information there, how to sign up, all that sort of thing. All the mods are all available there as well, and via the forum. There's no cost to the mods, but there is a cost to join the ladders. For this ITC series, though, there is no cost at all. It's an independent series. You can just join, find a team, though. There is some teams that are crying out for a couple of drivers at the moment, so I'm sure you can not necessarily have pick of the cars, but you can choose your team and get involved and be racing out next time out. We're still only halfway through the series, so there's another 4 rounds of this to go. Every other Thursday, and you can get involved and be on the broadcast basically. Get yourself driving away with these great guys. We've got some front wheel drive cars. Most of them are front wheel drive. We've got the Beamer that's rear wheel drive. So whichever your style suits, that'll be the way you can get involved. In the meantime, though, we've got 2 lovely races still coming up for you. So we're going to have Niels Bugman with 75 kilograms of penalty. Lars Bugman will have 60 kilograms of penalty. Chris Shepherd will have 45 kilograms of penalty. Yep. Fournier will have 30. And what's the last one? Is it 15 or 20? I can't actually remember. I'll find out in a minute. Will be for McGlade in 5th. But they're the ones that will have your rate, which will have all those sort of start the 1 to 5th as well. So let's see if anyone get bogged down the line. We didn't really matter to Niels last time out. He had a little bit of weight and still managed to get ahead of corner 1. So great work. They're having a little bit of a warm up now for a few minutes before we move into the next one. I need to grab a quick drink of water. So build ourselves up. So everyone, if you're going to go and make a quick cup of tea, anything like that, we've got a lot coming up The evening is still young. Go and grab yourself a cup of tea and up back in 2. Okay, everybody, we're back. So, race 2 coming up in about a minute's time. We're here for 11 laps still of Zandvoort. Or Zandvoort, depending how you look at it. But this is ITC for GPVWC.com. We've had some great racing already. An awful lot more to come. Yeah, so I'm just being told everyone who's getting the weight penalties. That is now confirmed. And they are moving everyone into their grid positions as well. So we'll run you through that as we go. There's going to be an awful lot of potentially blocking in race 2. Maybe not, as we'll see next time out in race 3, where we get the reverse grid. A randomised amount, so we can't say how many that'll be yet. That's always an exciting point to see how the guys that have finished further down can feel. When they get the pole position or towards the front and the fast guys are coming back through. So that's race 3 we've got that to look forward to. I said that before that, we've got race 2, which has the top, the top 5 guys that finished race 1 are still in the top 5 for this race so far on the grid. So we're going to see round 2 of the battle we've just seen. So hopefully we'll have as close battling as we had previously. It's going to be utterly brilliant to watch. Can Lars Bugman beat his brother? Can he do what his brother did and beat him off the line in the exact same place and position as Niels did to him? Only time will tell. Can the Epic guys decide who's actually going to be in front? And can either of them take on anyone from a Bugman family member? I'm starting to think maybe we should get, I don't know, Grandma Brugman Racing and Mother Brugman Racing and whoever, they'd all be brilliantly up there at the front. It's obviously something in the blood of the Brugman family. You know, that's probably the first 1-2 for a family at GPVWC. I could be wrong. Maybe, you'll never know. But that's a great place to be, isn't it? Let's hope that their din around the Brugman household will still be nice and happy after the next 2 races. I wouldn't be so sure, though, because if they battle as close as they are, you know, the whole of last race, they're going to be so close, it's going to be madness. Oh, and here we are moving into... Yeah, we are now. Let's get rid of that. Let's get ourselves back into our factor, shall we, people? Makes sense, doesn't it? After all, that's where the action is. Here we go. Right. So Niels is already sat on the grid. We're just waiting for the others to join. Lewis McGlade sitting there flashing his lights to let everybody know he's around. Not like him. He's such a retiring person normally. Let's... We're waiting on about 5 or 6 cars still. Very last minute for a couple of guys here, maybe. Hopefully it's just my, you know, machine. Ah, here we go. Still waiting on one more. There he is. Fantastic. We get ourselves a full grid again. Brilliant. So we're ready for race 2. We're going to go around a formation lap. Although Shepard doesn't already get a jump off the line there, potentially showing us what he's going to be like. But we've got Niels Brugman leading us away, having won race 1. Remember, 75 kilograms of weight penalty. Lars Brugman, second place for Aurora there. This time, though, sitting on 60 kilograms of weight. Didn't have any weight last time out, so will that hamper him? I'd imagine it will. Chris Shepard has some weight as well. He's 45, yeah. In third. For Epic. Fournier also for Epic. He also has now some weight in fourth, having finished there. 30 kilograms. And Lewis McGlade has 15 kilograms in the other Aurora there as well. Dave Fanchett, though, our first of our non-weighted cars, now in the Zederick in 6th. The lone Zederick, actually, tonight. Adam Hodgkinson, Neil Brugman's teammate, a little bit unlucky to finish 7th. Is in 7th, but no weight. Matt Richards had an awful lot of weight last time out due to his championship standing, but starting 8th, he'll have an eye at the... To be honest, here we are in the win from there with no weight at all. Rudy Alburen in 9th, he'll also be looking for that win with no weight penalty now, having had the 75 kilograms the first time out. Kevin Ryan, still no weight, but he's going to probably follow and battle with Van Buren again. They obviously have been sharing setups. They've been sort of tagged together all the way through that last first race. Adrian Holm did beat his teammate, so he's 11th, and teammate Butcher in 12th. Sorry there. Rob Mason, having had an off or 2, ends up finding himself in 13th. Matthew Clip in 14th. Philip Morby got himself a point, so he's in 15th. The guys behind, though, will be after those positions. So this is Stephen McCready in 16th. Potters in 17th. We've got Fido in 18th, Brood in 19th, Stanford in 20th, Prida in 21st, and Ryan Nash has joined us this time, which is good. We did know last time, apologies, 22nd. Elise hasn't made it out of the pits again, and Mark Witz hasn't either after retiring the first time, so maybe there's something more there. Anyways, they're all pulling up onto the grid slots now. Anyone in the chat want to give me some predictions where this is going? Who's going to win this? Particularly out of those top 5 that were battling massively last time. Do I want to give it a punt? If not, we're going to get underway anyway. So we're on to the lights. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we go. And the top 3 all had a great start there, but Shepard particularly has had a great run at Lars. He's already into 2nd place and actually battling for 1st. Debating taking the jump, dive in. Fournier as well behind. Just sits in on Lars, touches him slightly. They're still battling through this. Lars has got the inside line for this. And then changes and Fournier gets it. Or pushes Lars off. Lars rejoins, but still just behind him. Nearly went to his teammate as well. But that's both the Epics getting past Lars Brugman with that 60 kilograms of weight. Behind them, Van Buren already up to 6th, starting 9th, so it's a great start from him. Hodgkinson stayed 7th, so he's been pretty strong there. Franchik dropped a couple of places down to 8th. Matt Richards in 9th. He's not made the progress he probably wanted to. Let's go back up a bit further because we've got the two Auroras battling away. Lars really struggling with that 60 kilograms of weight. Lost out now to his teammate and losing out to Van Buren at the moment by the looks of it. Yes, pushed out there. Behind them, the THR guys are swarming over Hodgkinson. At the front though, we've still got Niels, but he's now under pressure from Shepherd. Let's have a look further back. We've got both the THRs who've got better of Kevin Ryan. We've got Stephen McCready up to 13th. That's great work from him from outside the points start. Rob Mason dropped in place. Philip Morby stuck in 5th. Deep still. Oh, there's a spin there. That was clip round, Rude into him. That wasn't particularly great work. Let's go back up the front. We've still got Niels. This is very familiar. But now he hasn't got his brother as a bit of a buffer potentially. He's now under pressure from Shepherd. Now this is where he's a lot closer than Lars was ever last first race. Remember, Niels sitting on a lot more weight. And he dives out, Shepherd. Can he do it into that first corner? Can he get it stopped? He puts his nose in. They're touching, rubbing. They're still rubbing. Niels to have the inside line onto this one if he can keep it going though, because he has to sweep across. He does sweep across. Touches Shepherd. They touch quite a lot. That's not the cleanest I've ever seen. Fournier will jump on the inside and try and take them both. He pushes out so wide, and then Shepherd cuts across and ends up backwards. That was inevitable. Something was going to go on there. Shepherd's going to be well down out of the points. He's waiting, which is good. But he's going to end up effectively last after that. That's a huge shame for Shepherd. Fournier, though, now in first. So great work from him. But that does mean that McGlade has managed to make himself into second. And Van Buren in third. And Lars is now sat in fourth. He's now taking on Van Buren. Being taken around the inside there. He's going to end up on the outside of this next corner, though. So you'd think Van Buren would have it. Yeah. And Hodgkinson's going to try and nip in. No, he didn't quite. But it's so close up the front still. Behind there, we've still got Niels sat in fifth. We've got Franchik in sixth. Hodgkinson in seventh under pressure from Butcher and Holm. But Butcher nearly makes a dive through. The Drakes both battling away in 10th and 11th. I think that actually pushed McCready off from there from Richards, and that's pushed him all the way back down to 13th, unfortunately. Kevin Ryan with some real problems in 14th, would appear. He's gone backwards. Fournier, though, starting to try and run off in that epic car. He's trying to break the slipstream by breaking onto the inside already, whilst going down the straight. Because remember, the two guys behind him don't. Well, McGlade does have a little bit of weight, but Van Buren does not. And he is our championship leader, sat in third. Oh, we've had another change there. Where we go? We've got battle here for fifth. Hodgkinson and Franchik. Franchik does look like he's kept that position for now. There's a lot going on behind as well. We've got Butcher running through behind. Oh, he has. He's taken him. Managed to take Hodgkinson even. Sorry, not Bugman. Wrong way round. Teammates get mixed up. It looks like he's going to. They're under so much pressure. So this is giving Franchik a bit of a breathing room. Butcher's now after Niels Brugman with his huge amount of weight that he's got on him. Back at the front, we've now got Fournier under huge pressure still from from everybody really, but from McGlade and Van Buren. We've had Kevin Ryan take McCready further back. Interesting wide line there from Van Buren compared to the other two. Let's get further back. We've had a bit of a change of. Oh no, Hodgkinson did keep it from Butcher. That was a bit close, but they did manage to keep that. Good work. Franchik back under pressure again. In fact, Lars has managed to catch up now to these top three again, whilst they're battling away and potentially holding each other up. That's letting him stay on board and stays close. Maybe he's getting used to that car now with all that weight. 60 kilograms is a lot. It'll change the handling of that car massively. And having not driven any of the other rounds so far, maybe he's not used to it. up the front. Let's have a look at this. Great run here by McGlade onto Fournier. Looks like he's going to have this made if he can stop it in time, but Fournier does not give that up. He slides right across, and that's going to let Van Buren get right up to McGlade as well. Wow, that was close. Battles all the way down the field. Oh, McGlade on 2 wheels. Oh, he spun it. He's not going to be able to control that. But wow, he's obviously been doing some rallying. That was impressive. On 2 wheels, going round a right-hander, hitting a left-hander. The back squirreled out, and the power sliding it round, and still kept himself in 4th. He only lost 2 positions, which that could have been a race-ending incident there. So that's gifted Van Buren and Lars Bergman a position. But still, could have been a lot worse. He comes under a bit of pressure now from Franchik. Niels is still holding off Butcher, but Butcher's going to try and make a dive into here by the looks of it. Gets his nose in, touches the back of Niels. They're now side by side, which Niels will have the inside for this one. And if he keeps hanging out Chris to the outside, Hodgkinson will nip down the inside as well. So he decides better of it and slips in behind him. But he might have a dive onto the inside of this one. No, he's going to go on the outside, will he? Trying any way to do it. He's touched actually, just braking there of Butcher. It caught him out a little bit. Guys at the front, we've got Van Buren caught right up now to Fournier. Still got the 2 Aurora cars in 3rd and 4th. Franchik caught them now in 5th. Fair play to Matt Richards, still sat in 10th. He's caught up to these guys now, the THR and then Hodgkinson and Bugman. So yeah. A new fastest lap actually from Kevin Ryan in 13th. Is that because he's in free air maybe? Yeah, seems to be. But anyway, we'll go. Oh, I'll tell you what. How did I miss that? Let's go back. Right, Van Buren on Fournier. Just that power straight down the front straight and into corner 1. So yeah, no weight against 30 kilograms of weight. Yeah, that's going to hurt him. So well done there for Rudy. He's taken the lead, and I'd expect him probably to pull away now, based on no weight at all. So that's kept him 2nd for Fournier. Lars now coming under pressure from Lewis McGlade and Franchik. So we'll watch Franchik actually going up. Oh, it touches the inside, but they both managed to hold it. There's Franchik on McGlade. Did just sort of put his nose in, probably where it wasn't quite, wanted, and did manage to make that. That's a very good shout. What went on there? But yeah, Chris Butcher's made him play back into 14th, and I can't quite find out what's happened there, but apologies at this time. It's not easy doing cameras and commentaries. But that battle then means that actually, I imagine he's probably had some coming together here with the other. Where's it? Niels, because Niels is down into 12th as well. So that's not great, considering he started on pole. Yeah, looks that way, I'm afraid. Well, I'll see what I can do at the race and if we can find that going on. Because we're halfway through the race at the moment, but that won't be easy to find otherwise. We've got a great battle here for 3rd, 4th and 5th. But Franchik looks mighty close. Yeah, look at, he's lost his front bumper. Find where that went. No, I'll tell you what, we'll stay live in case we miss anything else going on. Behind them, oh wow, how close is that? We've got Adrian Holm now trying to take on Hodgkinson and dived onto the inside there. Can he get it stopped though in time? Doesn't look like he will. He keeps it on track, but Hodgkinson jumps back inside. And actually that's Matt Richards now coming up behind. Potentially to try and take that place. Let's have a look back there. Something else. Oh, what's going on? That's not good. Let's have a look at the replay here. So this was Butcher trying to get past McCready for 16th. Well, no, 16th now. Let's see what happens. dives down the inside. Oh, and they turn into each other and then get pushed off the track. Dear. That was just a little bit of not thinking from both of them, I think, there, to be honest. McCready now trying to take past Rude again. Rudy Van Buren, though, starting to pull away massively at the front. Fournier getting himself a bit of free air as well in second. We've got McGlade, who's got past Lars. Yeah, McGlade's got past his teammate. I think there was a bit of letting him go, though. It's in the weight differential. That means Lars Buggen now under massive pressure from Franchik. Adrian Holm has dropped off the back of... Let's see if... that's why. So he's gone deep and wide, it would appear there. Yeah, didn't really lose much there, but he's lost a bit of time already. So he's now under pressure rather than catching up. This looks like one of the best battles at the moment. Fourth for Franchik, who's got a good run on Lars here. But it's not really going to work into this next corner looking at it. I think that Lars will probably have the inside if he can keep his nose in. Oh, Franchik does keep it all the way through round the inside of that one as well. This is great driving for the two of them not to touch. Both side by side into this. It's going to sweep into this. Franchik on the outside, though, will lose out to Hodgkinson if he's not careful. It looks like, yeah, a little bit of battling through, and Hodgkinson looks like he's got it. Yes, he does. But Franchik will have a great run down into the first corner here. Pulls out into the... He's got slipstream as well from in front of them. Down the outside of corner one's never going to work there, David. A lot of people try it. It's all great news for Van Buren and Fournier. They're running away up front. That was another little off there from Richards. Is that an 8th? Lars very defensive, even down straights, just trying to break slipstreams. Hodgkinson, though, jumping over some curbs. He goes all swirly. Oh, he's now off the track. Rejoins into Franchik. Oh, no. And then Butcher, he's upside down, Hodgkinson. And that's... Oh, dear. That is... who's that involved? Morby, I think that was. Richards, that's Hodgkinson somehow still going. Morby... Oh, and I won't even... Morby, unfortunately, that's someone's wheel gone. I think that was Rude, was it? I think. So Morby's got himself going again. Go further. Oh dear. Let's see what's going on here. That was pretty bad going. Potters is still going, so it must be Rude. Yeah, Rude's out. Well, okay, that was a big changes there. So let's have another look at the grid. You know how we are so far. So Van Buren running away in front. Great on him. Well done. Fournier though, second place. Got good. He's not completely pulled away from McGlade. McGlade is catching up now. He's free of Brugman, but he's going to run out of laps, I think, at this rate. McGlade in third. Lars Brugman now in fourth with a little bit of breathing room after some issues going on. He did go a bit wide there, though. So Franchik in a bit of free air. Try and take him down. Holm finds himself up into sixth. Rob Mason finds himself in seventh. Brilliant work there from him. Under pressure now, though, from Kevin Ryan. So this is quite a good little battle here for 6th, 7th and 8th. Behind them, though, we've got Niels Brugman coming under pressure from Matt Richards, who just lost a couple of positions. Chris Butcher, though, still going after all that, having been in a wall and everything else. He won't be a happy guy. And he seems to be struggling. He's just gone wide into that first corner. Matthew Clip now in 12th. Philip Morby still going, although that does not look like a car that's happy. That is squiggling everywhere, even in a straight line. Goodness sake, that's going to be, yeah, power sliding it everywhere. Behind them, we've got some great battle for the final couple of point positions. Porters doesn't look happy, he's gone very wide there. So that's him losing out to everybody now. So that's going to be, who have we lost out to there? Shepherd before, but ahead of him is McCready. McCready, Shepherd and Hodgkinson. So these fast people that are out of position, really. So that's going to be a great little battle to see if you can get yourself into 14th or 15th. Because actually, once you get into those positions, that's where the reverse grid is. So you might get lucky into race 3. So Hodgkinson particularly, who's out of the points at the moment, will be wanting to get into those point place positions. And the further up you get, the more chance you've got of being into a reverse grid somehow. And just watch the Fournier actually just... Oh no, he hasn't taken McCready. He's gone wide into that one. Fournier's come back, I know. Yeah, don't really want to keep constrained down here, but let's see what else is going on. Otherwise we can do. Still got the battle for 7th, 8th and 9th. That's pretty close. Not as close as that one was though. Niels now finds himself in a lot of free air. Very lonely last couple of laps it's going to be. Matt Richards got himself into 10th. Butcher under a little bit of pressure for Clip, but I think that's not going to be a big problem. Morby's just going to be trying to keep that car on the road now. So this is our pretty good battle from 14th, 15th and 16th. And potentially 17th if these guys have any accidents. We have done 10, well, yeah, we're on lap 10 now of 11. So we're getting very close to the end of this one. Right. Oh, yes, sorry. So that's Chris Shepherd catching up here to McCready. We've actually Hodgkinson behind. Most of the... And they're all catching up Morby as well with that struggling car. Morby's going to be trying to keep that couple of points, keep that position for next race. But he could end up finding himself down in 17th soon. Oh yeah, the route on the comms there, yeah, that was very bad luck. I mean, how do you avoid a car that's upside down the track? That wasn't great. And you can't really do it on three wheels, it's not easy. So that's Morby, they're all passing Morby now. Morby's found himself down in 16th, just about to go down to 17th in a minute. So that's a shame for him. We've got what we just had happen here. Let's go back to another one. So we've got 7th and 8th. So Kevin Ryan with a good run here on Rob Mason in the Kerno there. It's like, oh, that's right, because Mason went off onto the inside of the corner there. Well, they did well to avoid each other actually. But that gave Kevin Ryan the position, and he's managed to keep that going for now. That though is quite a good battle. We've got Matt Richards. Well, I say he didn't have any problems with Clip, but that's Richards has dropped down a couple of positions there. What's happened to him? How did he end up back down? He was 10th before. Sorry guys about this, we'll see what we can find, but maybe not. Let's just go back because we're on the last lap. So we've got Van Buren still leading quite heavily. Yeah, not going to be long now before we get to the end for him. Second place though, Fournier has come under huge pressure now from Lewis McLeod. We did say he was catching. I thought he wouldn't have enough laps, but it looks like he has. So he's just about there. Behind them, though, we've also got Franchik on Lars. Brugman is still a good little battle on this last lap. And there's more. There's battles up and down the place. It's madness, this. Van Buren has finished, which is great. Good on him. The battle, though, to the line for second. Oh, that was mighty close. Fournier gets it from McGlade. And this, yeah. Same problem at the back there. So Brugman, Franchik, Holm. Kevin Ryan comes 7th ahead of Rob Mason. Niels Brugman with a little bit of a lonely 9th now. Chris Butcher gonna come home 10th if he gets around that final corner. Matthew Clip coming home 11th. That's a great little drive from him, keeping out as much trouble as possible. Matt Richards though with what looks like a very broken car in 12th. Hutchinson 13th. Again, that doesn't look like it's handling well either. Chris Shepherd will not be happy in that car in 14th, but they are both there in the points. And Potters just beats home Mark Wicks for 15th and 16th. Morby makes it home 17th. Fighter in 8th. Stanford makes it home 19th, just ahead of McCready. Battles all the way up and down the place. Ryan Nash will look like he's going to make it home 21st. Yeah, Preedy, Rudy, Skinner, all didn't finish. But congratulations there to our championship leader at the moment, Van Buren, and all Fournier and McGlade. Some fantastic battling. A little bit more rougher there. But my God, that was pretty close finishes on the line, up and down the place there. Wow. A couple of big issues, which we did see. A few bits I might have missed, unfortunately. Apologies there. But my goodness. Being told McCready also spun it. Yeah, there was a lot of problems there. People that have had previous damage in the small incidents, which is quite hard to see in these cars, particularly unless we go on board. Yeah, they do then have some problems, and it's very hard to drive. You've got some damaged suspension or something going on, or having to defend from people who've got a lot more straight line speed than you. You can end up causing yourself problems just on your own, let alone with anyone else around. So in ITC, that's quite difficult. We've got race 3 still coming up for you guys. So if you've enjoyed race 1 and 2, so we've seen 22 laps of top-class international touring cars. So we've got one more little lap of luxury for you. We've got 11 laps again. This time, though, we have our lovely reverse grid. What am I being shown here? Yeah. All right. So, yes, sorry, people messaging me as I'm on broadcast, but no matter. So, race 3 coming up. We got a reverse grid somewhere between 10th and 15th, I think it is. I'll find out, though. Bear with me. And we shall know what it is very soon, hopefully, because that'll make a huge difference. So, potentially, if I'm right, I could be completely wrong. It might be 10th to 15th. If it's 10th to 15th, it's Butcher, Clip, Richards, Hodgkinson, Shepherd, and Potters, potentially. Or it may also have included Holm, Ryan, Mason, and Brugman. I wish I knew. I should know this. But as I said before, I wasn't meant to be doing this. So I wasn't prepared. If anyone wants to tell me on chat, save me looking it up. That would help. How many of the reverse grid is in this? Prove your worth, viewers. Come on. Or don't. Just be like that and let me stumble across and we'll find out. Tenth to 15th, Chris. Thank you very much. At least somebody listens. Fournier saying that the Brugmans losing at their own game. They had P1 and 2 and they lost, and they tried to shut the door out. Well, I mean, that's a fair statement to try. It is very difficult when you've got that much weight. But particularly for certain people that aren't used to this, maybe. But very well done, Jeffrey, for second place. Can we go one further this time? I mean, of course, the top 5 guys from this time, sorry, race 2 we've just seen, will have the weight for this race as well as having a reverse grid. So that's quite difficult in race 3. So we end up seeing that we've got 75 kilograms back on Van Buren's car, like he had in race 1. We then see, we saw that battle to the line. So we saw that Fournier will get the second place. So he also then inherits the lovely 60 kilograms of weight. Enjoy that one, Fournier. Thank you for joining me on the comms while you're in the middle of this racing. That's multi-talented. Lewis McGlade missed out on second, but also misses out on some extra weight. So he's only got 30 kilograms. Fourth place then was Lars, wasn't it? Lars Bergman. Lars Bergman then kicks in with 30 kilograms. No? So it was 45 to McGlade, 30 to Lars Bergman, and then we'll have 15 for biology. Oh, Franchik, that was one. Sorry, apologies. Franchik came 5th. So great work from him. I want to see what the reverse grid will be, though. Exciting stuff. Got some good penalties there for people and weight just to help you out, because it does make a big difference driving these cars. I mean, you saw it there with Van Buren with no weight at all. Coming back from 9th on the grid he was. And we saw him battle his way through to the lead. This time out, we're going to see the top drivers basically batting their way through. Oh, so the reverse grid number is 13 Wow, so that does make a huge difference, actually. So that's Hodgkinson that sits himself on pole. Wait, wow. Okay. Considering also we've got some other interesting people down that back, who finished at the back end of the points, they're going to be at the front now. So, wow, okay. So basically, if he came 13th, which Hodgkinson did, he'll be on pole. And then 12th place will be alongside him, which for the life of me at the moment, I couldn't tell you, but I will tell you any second. I will go through it before the race. Don't worry about that. We've got Wild Stefanko joined as well, so good on him. Another person joining in, even for race 3. We're up to 24 drivers. We'll see who else potentially comes in as well. You're always more than welcome to join, people, if you could find yourself a team that's willing to have you. There is a few places available on this grid. Just get over to gpwc.com, sign up, join the forum, post in the job section, or join the Discord. Post in there, and someone will have you, I'm sure. We've got 4 more rounds of this every other Thursday, so don't join me next Thursday, but do join gpvwc.com. We've got Super League that day. We've also got the ladder series on the Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and the week after this ITC will be back. I can't remember where we are for round 4 actually. Should I try and find that out? That would be good, wouldn't it? So professional this, you can really tell what's going on. You should hear me clicking away. Actually, we will be at the French Grand Prix next time out, at the Bugatti circuit. We've got the Australian still to come as well from Adelaide. We've got United States from Portland. And we've got Brazil from, where are we there? Autodrome Jos Carlos Palace. Apparently. So, yes, there are 4 races still to come after this. On the 12th of October, the 26th of October, the 9th of November, and the 23rd of November as well. Which rounds out GPWC's year, effectively, at that point. And we will crown a champion. Let's keep looking back. We've still got a couple of minutes before we go into race 3. There is so much to... I always love race 3s. It's just the mix of, in this case, 13th. Moving... You're trying to get all these guys top to bottom. You've got weight as well. It's going to be really exciting. You do always come up with 1 or 2 drivers that have got the reverse grid, who aren't normally used to being on the, pole or second or something like that. And they can really be defensive drivers and really hold everyone up and potentially keep it, which is great. I love giving people chances like that. It's fantastic. It's not going to be long though to find out what's going on. Everyone has now been moved a little bit on the grid. So, interestingly, we get Hodgkinson on pole, and then we're going to have Matt Richards next to him. Now, Matt Richards, of course, is well out of position, really, last couple of races. He had a lot of weight in the first race, and I think at the back of the grid. And so he's our second in the standings in the championship at the moment. So, him starting at the front there really could be a great chance for him to win and pull away. Whereas you get the opposite way, whereas Van Buren, who finished first, who is his rival in the standings, will start 13th. So that's going to be a really big gap to try and pull up there to his title rival potential. But that has happened before. We've seen Van Buren basically win the first 7 races, I want to say, of this championship. Might have been 8, actually, but apologies. But nonetheless, it was race 3 that he got beaten, not winning them, sorry. We saw him get the podium for the first 7 or 8. So I imagine that'll still be his aim once again. We've just come to the end of warm-up. So we're moving into the race session and the grid. Any second now. Yeah. Anyone want to... shout outs for now. Anyone want to say who's going to win this? Obviously, I haven't gone through the whole grid yet, but let's see. Anyone can tell me what's going on? Any predictions, people? I want to hear from you. Any teams, any drivers you're massively supporting on the broadcast here? Right, we are moving into race in a moment. That moment cannot come quick enough. Come on. A little bit more than a moment here, but we will get there, I'm sure. It's worth getting there. The grid's obviously got to be changed around. There's got weight penalties to be added on. There's an awful lot to be done. Once again, if you want to get involved here, please do make yourself known to myself or any of the admin team. If you want to get on comms or cams, we're always looking for people, not just for this series, but for plenty of others, and potentially ahead of next year as well. So please do get involved. It's a great way to get your name out there, have a bit of fun and commentate on this. If you think you can do a better job than me, which I'm sure is so easy to be fair, it's worth trying. Come on, you could hear your lovely voice or join me or join somebody else, or there's two of you. Or if you know somebody that might be of use or you want to hear doing this, get in contact with them, see if they want to get involved. Right, so let's go back to R Factor 2, shall we? Oh, let's get to full screen first, though. That would help. There we go. Right, slightly more professional. Yes. Right, we're going to wait. There's Hodgson on the grid. So everybody's turning up gradually. Ooh. Josh will be very happy to see that lovely pink car of Clip in third there on the grid. Right, we're going to get underway for a procession lap first. So Hodgkinson pulls us away for Duck Heads of Racing. Matt Richards sits in second place. Remember, these guys don't have any weight either. Matthew Clip in third in the lovely pink car, or the Cosmo car. Chris Butcher, he's another interesting one. The THR has had a lot of incidents, shall we say, over the past couple of races. Finds himself with a nice reverse grid place in fourth. Niels Brugman finds himself up in fifth. He's done quite well to be on the podium, to win the first race, but now finds himself back in fifth. Bob Mason, bet he's loving the fact of up there in sixth as well. Kevin Bryan in Vodville for seventh. Adrian Holm, the last year's champion, in eighth. Franchik in ninth. Then we get into the two Auroras, which is Lars Brugman this time though, instead of front of Lewis McGlade. Jeffrey Fournier, who finished second last time out, in 12th. Van Buren in 13th with the full weight penalty. Chris Shepard in 14th with no weight penalty. He'll be disappointed not got himself a pole position. Potters in 15th. Mark Wicks in 16th. Philip Morby in 17th. Fides starts 18th. Stanford starts 19th. McCready starts 20th. Nash starts 21st. Preda starts 22nd. Roos starts 23rd, having found a fourth wheel to put back on the car. And Wesley Stefano joins us for 24th. Wait to see another one on the grid. Right. So, yeah, remember our weight penalty people starts at Franchik in 9th. So 9th for Franchik, 10th for Brugman, 11th for McGlade, Fournier for 12th, and Van Buren for 13th. All your top 5 from last time out all have weight penalties and start quite far down the grid. So it's quite difficult for them to catch up. Hodgkinson, though, does not have that problem. He's got no weight penalty and he's at the front, and he's, to be honest, quite out of position really last race. He was battling away with the top 5 or 6. Well, 6th and 7th mainly last time out, so he's in a good position to start there on pole. But he's going to come under massive pressure from Matt Richards in that second place in the drag there, sitting second in the standings as well. He's going to try and get himself a great start, weaving massively to get up to speed, well, temperature. Clip going to start lining up, a bit slow lining up there, but right, we'll wait for everybody to get onto the line. Yeah, I'd very much watch Matt Richards and Chris Butcher here in second and fourth. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we'll go. That's a very good start from Butcher in third. Looking like he's going to try and take them both into that first corner. We're going to go 3 wide into first corner. We're going to go 3 wide, people. Right, Butcher looks like he's got this, actually, to be fair. But Hodgkinson turns in as well. Has to. And Butcher looks like it's well clear. But actually, Richards is going to keep that second place. He is. He keeps second, but it's a different person ahead of him. Wowee, this is going to be THR, great place to try and get himself a Butcher. Can he keep it going? Had a few incidents along the way. Right, behind them though, so those two, we've then Hodgkinson, we've got Clip stuck himself in 4th still. Brugman up to 5th. Kevin Ryan stays 6th. There's a huge battle behind for 7th, 8th, 9th. Rob Mason dropping back places under pressure there from Shepherd. Has come up massively for 14th. Franchik though drops back. So he's now, he dropped down to 8th. That was a bit of a touch there. That's an Aurora off in the background. That's McGlade over the boundary, wheel short. That's not gone well. Let's have a look what happened there. Is that curb bug or is that him going off wide? Let's see what he did. Oh, he gets touched from behind, and there's some glitch or another, and he ends up flying into the. That's not good. That's a real shame to see. Butcher though still leads up front. Matt Richards following him. A little bit of a gap back to Hodgkinson, who has a gap back to his teammate Brugman, so that's a good team effort there so far. Matthew Clip keeping it good in 5th. Lost out though to Niels there. Adrian Holm in 6th. Lars Brugman sitting in 7th under pressure from Kevin Ryan. Franchik again has lost that front wing. He obviously hates having that there. Let's have a look at this Ryan on Brugman battle for 7th and 8th. They touch into corner 1. He's trying to go around the outside. And actually, Franchik's going to try and make it around the inside. Another one further back here. Philip Morby keeps that place. Oh, in front of them, though, there's another good battle. What's that? 10th for Van Buren. And I think he just took a couple of places in that first corner. He does, I think. So we get Mason, Fournier, and Van Buren there. So Van Buren gets past Fournier into the first corner. Oh, and then Mason goes wide. And that's going to allow Van Buren through. But he slots in front of Fournier. Good work there though. That's gifted 2 places really to Van Buren on his way back from 13th. Top 2 though are pulling away now. Hodgkinson staying in close, but only really if there's going to be an incident between the top 2. Niels Brugman again getting a bit of, getting a lonely race by the looks of it potentially if Matthew Clip keeps holding everyone up in 5th. This is what I mean. Great defense. If you can stick with great defensive driving, very experienced driver Clip. So. We can keep it there and keep, there obviously is a pace differential with last year's world champion behind him. Lars Brugman has dropped, well, he hasn't really dropped Kevin Ryan, but Kevin Ryan's under more pressure now from Franchik than anything else. Who's also got Van Buren right behind him again now, so he's catching up. Yeah, look at that bobble sandwich. Let's keep going down. So we've got, we've got Morby actually batting away on Fournier there. But 12th and 13th. Holt is in 15th. And Prida up into the points ahead of Fido at the moment. So Chris Butcher still keeps that lead. They are mighty close still though. Remember these guys don't have any weight. Now does Brugman in 3rd. Oh sorry, Hodgkinson in 3rd even, sorry. Brugman in 4th. Clip doesn't have any weight. Neither does Holm. Lars does though. He's up there in 7th. As does Kevin Ryan doesn't. But Franchik does, and so does Van Buren in 9th and 10th. There's a little bit of a buffer now for Butcher. But it's only one mistake really, and he's back into the clutches of Matt Richards. Hodgkinson is thereabouts. This really, that 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th and 10th, potentially 11th battle. And we need to be watching. And it looks like Holmes going to have a good run on Clip here. Onto the inside. He dives down. Can he get that stopped? Just. And if anything, the guys behind are now diving around. And Van Buren dumps in front there, actually. And touches Clip. Clipped round and being pushed by Van Buren now. They're now stopped on the track. That's really not good. Clip now does move eventually. I think that looks like Van Buren gets going as well. They've dropped all the way down to 16th and 17th. Wow. Okay, so let's go see what implications that had to 5th. So Adrian Holm is now 3. He's now been released from Matt Clip. Can he catch up to Brugman and Hodgkinson ahead of him? Lars Brugman finds himself a little bit of space behind him now, having lost a couple of drivers behind him. So he's in 6th. Franchik, though, under pressure from Kevin Ryan. Looks like he might even have a run at him into turn 1 here. Franchik goes defensive slightly into the inside. And Ryan thinks better of that by the looks of it and just slots in behind and follows. They both go slightly wide in that corner, but that's perfectly fine. Rob Mason still keeping himself there, you know, honestly in 9th as well. Good work. Let's keep watching these. Oh, sorry, that was Van Buren. Apologies. It was Van Buren. It was the Volvo that went further back was Kevin Ryan that got stopped. Sorry. My fault. Panic over, people. Sure, you all told me about that in the chat. I haven't even looked. Sorry if I missed the crash lap one, people. Yeah, there will have been one further back. We were looking at all the battles that were going on up and down the, you know, top 15 at the moment, really. While we're talking people further back, let's have a look at McCready. Catching up to potentially the damaged Ryan. Quite a pace, actually, there. Nice clean move, easily done. So he's up to 17th. Kevin Ryan's still running around in 18th, and everyone else behind is done. So Matthew Clip still going as well in 16th. Well, this is Stefano though, who's joined us for this race. He's now 15th. There's a little bit of battle going on here. Oh, and in fact, apologies, I missed that one. Let's go back and see a bit of a battle going on here. Whoa, what happened in front there? That was hopefully just a game glitch. So Franchik coming under massive pressure from Van Buren. Van Buren has to go to the outside. That's why it appeared on my game saying that it was an overtake. Oh, there's been a big accident here. What's going on here? Frida seems to, I don't know, just a bit loose. Let's see what happens. Oh, in front of him. That's he loses. Oh, 3 of them all. So Potters loses it, and then Frida ends up. Potters is actually out. Frida touches him. Doesn't look like a lot of damage, but lost a lot of places. So he's down to 15th. Yeah, that's not good going. And actually under massive pressure now from the recovering McCready. Got still the top 3 stay 4 as they are. Oh, moves that goes on wide there a bit. That's not massive change because, yeah, that was Rob Mason went a bit wide. I'm going still right over the back of Franchik. You'd expect him to be setting this up by the looks of it into this corner 1 because he's literally on his bumper. He's going to try and stay in the slipstream, which Franchik does go very defensive very early onto the inside. He's going to make Van Buren work for this around the outside, which I don't think he's going to pace for it quite to get that stopped. You see the tyres smoking away there. Same thing happened last lap. Just cannot get past Franchik. They've both got weight, remember. It doesn't particularly help them. It's allowing Mason to stay in touch completely as well. Let's go and see. Matthew Clip, I think, here is going to get himself back up ahead of Stefano into first corner. He's passed. Oh, no, wasn't it easy as it looked, but he did get that stopped and could work up into 12th. No, so that's him recovering slightly. Chris Shepherd, quiet racing 14th. McCready did get himself into 15th. So that's what point finishes at the moment. Butcher's still leading though, with Matt Richards keeping him honest. Adam Hodgkinson actually getting caught by his teammate slightly at the moment, but still good breathing space. Just see a sort of bit of tyre smoke. Butcher's not particularly comfortable up front. We're half the race in. He's got a couple of second lead. Top 4 though. Sort of, yeah, dropping the rest. Adrian Holm hasn't really been able to make much progress, haven't been released by Matthew Clip. Lars Bowman staying there as well with a bit of weight in 6th, is pretty good work. Franchik still holding off Van Buren. Let's see if this lap makes any difference. They're coming along the home straight again into the first corner, which where most of the overtakes are happening. Franchik goes very defensive very early. Van Buren decides not to try the outside this time. Instead stays right on his tails. Cuts in earlier. Where else is going to try and overtake though? Oh, and Franchik on 2 wheels. That's Van Buren through. That's easy, isn't it? Let's watch that again. Franchik is dropping his way down the order to about 10th now. Behind Philip Morby. Is that a curb buck? Must be. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, and as if he didn't like, he does not like that front end of that car, does he? And oh yeah, and again into another barrier. Okay, so he's still going though. So credit to him in 10th. Behind is Fider with Clip now catching up to him. Had to clip recovering drive, remember, after that incident earlier on. That Franchik thing does release Van Buren though to try and take up Lars Brugman that we'll be trying to catch. At the front, still got this, no change really, with the exception of Niels starting to catch his teammate there for 3rd and 4th. That could develop before the end of the race by the looks of it. Adrian Holm, a little bit of pressure from Lars Brugman maybe. We'll see how Van Buren does. Rob Mason still there in 8th. Good work from him so far. Philip Morby though, much better race than last time out in 9th, and quite comfortable 9th now realistically if he just get that going. Franchik though with a bit of damage. Let's see if he gets caught by Bidder and Clip in 11th and 12th. Stefano sat in 13th, so with Khrushchev in 14th catching him. And McCready in a very quiet 15th now. Only 16 runners still going, so bad luck to what was it, only 16, apologies. Prida, yeah, still going around though, so one more out and he'll get a point. 3rd and 4th looks like it could be the next sort of developing battle. Unless, no, Van Buren doesn't seem to be doing, well he is doing the pace. It's going to take a couple of laps to catch up though. So let's have a look at the, yeah, let's have a look at the 2 DHL cars. DHR cars, even though. DHL, I think, is a different company altogether, isn't it, really? But they might well be carrying some points over that team results at this rate. It's going to be quite a good result for them, 3rd and 4th. But are they going to race? So we've got Hutchinson with Niels Brugman caught right up behind now. Oh, there is a bit just before that. Let's have another quick look back here. Looks like Chris Shepherd has managed to get past Stefano. 13th, 14th, so 13th he's up to. Stefano went a bit wide there and actually goes out, yep, out wide onto the grass and loses out through into the, yeah, easily done really. Right, let's get ourselves back up to 3rd and 4th because Hodgson has gone massively, but he hasn't even gone defensive, he's just let his teammate through. That's a bit of a shame really, we wanted to see a bit of a battle. But I suppose he's given him, you know, he was caught him a rate of knots. Why slow him down? Go ahead, see if you can take on Richards and Butcher, because they're not far behind at all. Remember, Niels Brugman is still in this championship fight as well. He only, where was he? He was 5th in the standings before this. Obviously he's got a race win and such out of this, so we'll see what they've done. Doug Henderson Racing themselves are in 3rd in the championship. At the moment, looking at it, would do quite well against Epic, because Epic aren't really scoring that well in this event overall. Obviously they had good Fournier result and such, but yeah, let's see how he does, if the team can pull each other through. We've got Lars Brugman still ahead of Van Buren, not making huge headway, but he is catching and should be able to catch him by the final lap by the looks of it. So that could be an exciting one, the line. Where else have we got? So we've got Rob Mason now in a lovely little quiet battle for himself, as is Philip Morby. Franchik though has been caught by Clip. Apologies, I missed Clip getting past Fider. Clip is now on, looking at trying to get himself up into the top 10 once again, and see if we can take on what is now must be a very damaged Franchik. But yeah, I don't think there's a part of that car he hasn't touched a wall on yet. Got a lot more drive than that Honda Civic. Matt Cliff coming back through, having been very disappointed, no doubt. Having seen unfortunate battle earlier on, drop him out of the top 5. But I imagine a recovery into 10th would be alright. Let's see if we can do it into the first corner though. He's got a good run on Frantic. But we saw Van Buren even struggle doing this, so maybe losing that front splitter has helped Frantic. But it doesn't look like it. Clip looks like he's going to have this dump, but can he brake in time? No, Frantic brakes late. Very well done. Looks like he's going to hold it unless Clip stays around the outside. No, on they touch slightly, that's sent Frantic into the grass. I think Clip took his foot off the accelerator there to let Frantic back on in front in case there was any issues. Because really, he knows really that Frantic's not got a car in front of him that can keep this place for the next 2 laps. So why risk a penalty later on? But very clever driving really there. Quickly take a step up to 6th as well, because we've got Van Buren right on the back of Lars now. Lars in 2nd, we've got Matt Richards being caught by Niels Brugman, which is getting close. Not quite as close as the 6th and 7th battle at the moment, or the 10th and 11th, so we'll keep on to these. Apologies everybody, getting over a bit of a cold. Oh, and I would have missed that one, wouldn't I? What's going on here? So Chris Shepherd looks like he's going to get himself up another place. He's obviously a lot faster than his position suggests in 12th at the moment. Well, up into 12th. He was 13th. Yeah, and unfortunately, just bit of went wide there. They touched a little bit, but that was fair enough for Chris's place. Let's go further up again. Oh, and look at those 6th and 7th. They both had a bit of a horrible turn on one. But looks, this is now going into the 2nd corner. Van Buren's going to have this into corner 3 unless they touch, which they do slightly. But he has now got ahead of Lars into 6th. Let's go back to 10th. Oh no, we're going to have to watch this before we see the big crash. Right, Clip trying to take Frantic. Matthew Clip looks like he's going to have another bad luck here. So, he's got a great run on Frantic. Frantic goes to the inside, as he has done every time this race, near enough. Right, Clip is well alongside, in fact ahead already. Pushes him slightly, quickly turns right and pushes Frantic in nearly into the wall. Which then means Clip gets spun round. So yeah, to be honest, Clip turned in there. He had that position done if he just stuck to the outside and outbraked him. Anyway, down to 13th, nearly 14th, because he's got now Stefano for company. Butcher though, lovely lead up the front. Still got the last lap going on, if you hadn't noticed. So, 2nd and 3rd though is now mighty close again. Can we be as close as we were last race, where it was like a 10th over the line? Because Niels has caught up an awful lot here. So it turned out to be a very good idea by Doug Henson Racing there to let Niels go, but it doesn't look like he's going to have a chance. So, we got Chris Butcher comes across the line to win from 2nd place on the grid. And actually, interestingly there. So Matt Richards came home 2nd, and then Doug Henson Racing swapped the drivers back again on the last corner. I'm not sure whether that's in the rules, actually. I'm sure that was pushed out. I think that might be swapped back. But for now, Hodgkinson and Niels Brugman finished 3rd and 4th like that. Holm came home 5th, Van Buren 6th, Lars Brugman 7th, Rob Mason came home 8th, Philip Morby just finished there, 9th, and then Franchik looks like he's going to hold off Shepherd for 10th, and he does. That's Shepherd 10th, and Franchik 10th, Shepherd 11th. Philip comes on 12th, Matthew Clip will finish 13th, he's going to be rather aggrieved I think from this race. Stefano 14th, McCready in 15th, if once he gets himself home, yep. And well, McCready just didn't get a point, but everyone else did. So McCready coming around the final corner now does actually score himself a point. Well done to him. So, wow, another winner, different winner again. So 3 different winners. That's good, isn't it? We've had different teams winning as well now. Yeah, wow, okay. So this is ITC, people. It has everything. It has some great drivers. Has some great battles. Has some interesting, should we say, moments. Yeah. I mean, I can see that there's a bit of debate, I think, going on with the DHR guys doing that swap back. we saw them swap originally without any battling to give a chance to try and get further up. And obviously they decided, well, if you don't get the place, then we'll swap back. But GPV doesn't allow that on the last laps. So I'm pretty sure that'll be looked into. Yeah. Maybe they'll come in and we can ask somebody about it. That would be nice. Let's see what others are saying. Anywhere? Did we all enjoy that as much as I did? My goodness. I mean, where else do you find this kind of battling like this? That's madness. Yes, there was a few little issues. You know, we only had 15 finish. There was a couple of big incidents in race 3. But unfortunately, race 3 always does sort of lend itself to that a little bit with the with the reverse grid. Okay, right. Let's get out of this and see if I can find myself a driver or two. Also means I've got to remember all the results, of course, before I speak to people, which is sometimes difficult. Apologies about all the clicking. Right, so we shall await people coming in, which will be nice. Obviously, I can't work out the standings on my own at this time, which would be difficult. If I'd managed to get to that point, I would be rather impressed. We have got a Van Buren wants to come in, though. So, winner of race 2. Let's pull him in. Hello, Rudy.
Hello.
Welcome to the broadcast.
Well, busy in here.
Yeah, just a bit. Let me just do one thing first before, otherwise you get doubled up. There we go. That's more like it. Right. Yes. So now you're on stream. So, well, talk us through that, because you had a back of the grid. You've got a win out of this. You've had a few interesting incidents. Some nice blocking from certain people as well. Overall, a good weekend. Yeah,
I think I kept the gap the same to Richard pretty much point wise. So that, on that aspect, it's good. It was a difficult one. The 75 kilograms really hurt again.
You much preferred race 2 with no weight?
Yeah, like the race 2 showed it, but you could see that in the what was it, in the quali I was struggling. I was hitting mid 41s without weight, and then the 48.2 was obviously pole, but at the back of grid. That made race 1 really difficult because it's so hard to overtake with all the ballast in. If you drive on your own, you can drive your own lines. It's quite okay, but as soon as you get into a fight, you got like zero chance on a straight. So got to like P9 in the end, I think, in race 1. Well, obviously race 2 without weight went really well. Could dive around the outside into T1 and make my way to the front pretty quick. Then race 3, same story as always. Bumper cars all around, and then just surviving it.
Is that what race 3 is really? Just survival?
Yeah. In race 1, normally, well, I should say differently. In race 1, I start even further at the back, but then people are around the place where they pretty much belong on the grid. And race 3 is just a race of everybody getting to the front because of the back of grid. So it's just asking for problems. And then getting such a tight, twisty track like Zandvoort, the first split, it's just a recipe for disaster. And I think it showed again. Yeah, you seem to have quite a bit of trouble with Franchik trying to get past there. Or trying to get past Franchik even. Yeah, that's always the difficult thing. People block, lose even more time than need it, and so on. And well, there came contact, and then the R-Factor 2 front-wheel drive, two-wheel drive, should I actually say, took over and gave that one a nasty end. But I'll talk to Dave about that. Not on stream, but we'll sort it. That seems the right way to do things. So, congratulations on a win and some more valuable points everywhere as well. Do you look out for your title rivals as you race? Are you looking at where Matt Richards was and that sort of thing? Yeah, I did in the 3rd race, but it's pretty difficult. We're only halfway into the season, and it's just about being smart. Getting further into the season, we get more mixed up races, people with not having weight starting up front and snatching away the points and so on. So it's hard to get a good look at it while driving, but obviously it's just about getting to the line and surviving the races without too many hassles. Yeah, just a bit, I think, isn't it, with this ITC? It's fantastic to watch so for us. But once again, congratulations, and we shall see you next time out with your Champions lead intact. Yep. See you next round. Ciao. Fantastic.
Right, shall we pull some other drivers in, guys? Because we've got quite a few people wanted to join us this time, which is good. We should probably bring in... Who should bring in? Should I bring in a race winner? Yeah, let's bring in just the race winner just now, straight out of the car, Chris Butcher. Chris. Hello. Are you there?
Hello.
Hello, Chris. Welcome to the broadcast. You're live, do not swear, all that sort of thing. Well, let's have a bit of a breakdown, shall we? That was a bit eventful for you, I think, but ended on a nice note at the end.
Yeah, well, it was about time I had some luck, wasn't it?
Well, yes, it must be said the last few rounds have not been you've had a lot of pace, but yeah, I think the team has had a lot of interesting chats, I presume, and your pit crew might not be the most happiest with you over the past few races.
Probably not, no. But you know, that's the nature of racing, isn't it?
Did you eye that first place when the moment you got that fourth place on the grid?
To be honest, yeah, I thought that I'd get
a hell of a start
with it being a BMW and rear-wheel drive, but I didn't realise Matt was going to be in front of me, so I thought, oh, maybe it's going to be second here, but he fluffed the start a bit, so...
Well, it was great watching you free wide into the first corner. There was a little bit in there, though, thinking, oh, is this going to go horribly wrong?
Yeah, I thought that. I locked my brakes a little bit as well. I thought, oh, here we go. I'm going to go straight on into the side of Hodgkinson, I think it was, but we were all good in the end.
The other two races, though, a little bit eventful.
Yeah, race one, I dropped it on my own. And then I had a bit of a coming together with Adam. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but from my point of view, it seemed like he was just turning into me and kept on turning into me, and it might not have been malicious, I don't really know, but our wheels locked and it pulled us both off the track, and then it ended up with me spinning and bent suspension.
Well, that's unfortunate, isn't it? But at least you get a nice win to round it off. Season so far, what we thinking?
Probably not had the results that we would have liked. It's been a bit more challenging. It's taken a while to get the car where we want it to be, and it's still not there really, to be honest with you. We're struggling quite a lot, so we'll see how the season progresses. But me and Adrian are quite busy. We're like I've said before, we're probably going to have to miss a few races, so we'll just see what we can get. We're not fighting for the championship, so we'll just aim for the best that we can in the races.
Looking for fun victories like this time then, eh?
That's the plan.
Well, fingers crossed for you. Hopefully we'll see you next time out in 2 weeks' time.
I think you will, yeah.
Fantastic. Congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
Cheers. Right, should we let's bring in a championship challenger, Matt Rich, shall we? Matt Rich, sorry to have stolen your Matt there at the moment you're chatting away. In the meantime, though, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you very much.
Championship challenger, Matt Richards, I should say. Sound confident. We're only halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Obviously, though, wasn't mixed event, I suppose, for you.
Interesting one, really. How can I put it? I wasn't meant to be racing. I can put it that way.
What were you meant to be doing?
No, because I've just started uni, so I wasn't meant to be home, and
okay.
There's a couple of things gone on with that, so I ended up being home, and I was like, right, I'm gonna race. So I literally got home at maybe 7 o'clock. I got one time lap before qualifying, so yeah, interesting round to say the least.
Yeah, a few interesting incidents.
Yeah.
Did you just write that off, going, that's ITC? Just lack of practice.
Really. I mean, we'll look at it afterwards. There's a couple of things that we need to check. Yellow flag rules, mainly. Incidents happen, but then they get made worse by... I don't know whether... I need to check the replay. I don't know whether it's blind or people just come steaming in, but I can tell you that having collapsed rear suspension and 2 rear wheels both towing out isn't fun. for 5 laps.
It did look quite hard to drive by the end of the race.
Yeah, it got quite interesting. I can definitely say that. But yeah, happy to get back to a podium though. Been a difficult couple of rounds. Poznan was okay, but having a few issues, just setup issues really, just dialing problems out in the car each round. So yeah, steps forward.
Well, yeah, I mean, second place in the final. That must be a nice way to finish, at least this round.
Yeah, definitely. Well, like I said, coming into the round, I didn't even know I was racing. So to come in at qualifying and be, well, it was like 2 seconds off pole, and then to come in and be a 10th, well, less than a 10th off the fastest lap and finish second in the third race it's a nice way to finish off the evening, really, and it gives me a bit of confidence for the rest of the season to sort of like make me know that I can definitely stay there, you know.
Well, definitely. I think you won't have scored many less than Van Buren this time out. I haven't worked out the maps, but he didn't have the best of rounds. So
I think this is the first time I've had 2 races ahead of him. So
that's what I mean. So I don't think it's going to be. Anyways, you're still in the hunt.
Yeah, I mean, I think my main battles with Frančić and Shepard, really. I'm focusing on those guys a little bit more. Obviously, it'd be great to catch Van Buren, but, well, you know what he's like. He's just insane. So if I can get closer to him, cool. If I can't, I've got other battles to worry about. So
fair enough, I suppose. All silver linings and such.
Yeah.
But well done on second place and the other results throughout the weekend.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully you won't be too busy next time out and can join us as well.
Yeah, hopefully speak to you then with some more results.
Fantastic. Well, I hope so, to be sake. Yes. Go and enjoy yourself now.
Thanks.
Cheers. Who else should we bring in? We've got Hodgkinson we've got in. Let's bring in Adam Hodgkinson. Just sort one thing. Hello, Adam. Are you there?
Hello.
Calling Adam. Fantastic. So, Adam, not pretty good for you, really. Although it probably could have been even slightly better, I suppose.
Yeah, it's like first race was solid. I just can't. There is just sort of no sort of when they're that close, no real easy overtaking spot. So I was following Frančić, and then we had a contratron with Chris Butcher, I think, at the end of the lap. Second race, my car bunny hopped and then rolled, which is generally not a good thing.
Yes, we saw you upside down, which was not great.
Yeah, I did wonder how. And then the third race was really good. I knew I'd never beat if the BMW's got a solid start, I would never beat them into turn 1. And then I sort of didn't really push hard on the first sort of 1.5 laps just to try and keep some tyre for the end, because otherwise we just don't have any. And then sort of as I was keeping pace, I noticed Niels, my teammate, was catching me slightly quicker than I was catching the cars in front, so I let him by, but he couldn't quite get there, so we swapped at the end as well.
Yeah, that was an interesting call. We said at the start when he went past that you sort of let him past, or didn't put up a fight anyway into the first corner.
Yeah, he tends to be. Niels is super quick, so he tends to be a little bit quicker. So it's like there's no point racing him. I mean, I watched the THR's guys get caught up in incidents in race 1, so I wouldn't want really that to affect us. I mean, we got a little inter-team rivalry with Aurora. We were close. I think we were 1 point ahead of them going into the round. So we're trying to keep pace, or even pull away from them by the season's end.
So do you guys, as you're racing, watch where they are? Are you looking out where the Aurora guys are?
Not really. We're always close in pace. It's always, I guess it depends on how the race is going. It's like in that race, I had no idea where Lewis or Lars finished. But you always do the best that you can do for yourself, and then for your team in the end. I mean, there's always, if it was for first and second, sort of a race, Niels a bit harder, but it's still, I wouldn't sort of run him wide or do stupid things. It's all fun in the end.
Well, of course. Well, a good team result in that, particularly in race 3 there, and Niels obviously with his win as well. So
it's a solid round
for the team.
Yeah, I don't think I could, apart from my result in race 2, I don't think it could have gone that much better.
Yes, but I think you can't count surely for things like that in race 2. That's unfortunately part of ITC this season.
Yeah, I expect to have something go wrong at some point.
But you got a pole position out of that issue, so swings and roundabouts.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take the battling back for 13th to get the pole, and then a podium after that. It's a case of it's you get a bit of a downer followed by a bigger upper as such.
All the emotions in the world over the course of one evening.
Exactly.
Fantastic. Right. I think we'll see you probably in 2 weeks' time, hopefully.
Yep. Le Mans, Bugatti. It's a great track,
yes.
so it should hopefully be a really good race. So
could presumably suit your car there as well?
I would probably say more so, yes. Especially the start and stop parts tend to be good for the front wheel drive. The higher speed stuff seems to be obviously balance of the rear wheel drive car should be better around them. But I would say this one comes back towards the Honda for this round.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Well, we'll see. You've got no excuses next time out.
I don't know about that.
All right, fair enough. We won't put more pressure on you. But enjoy what you've done tonight, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Thank you very much. See you in 2 weeks.
Cheers. Now, my Discord is having a bit of fun here, so I've got somebody who wants to come in. I don't know who they are. It's exciting. Right. We should bring on to broadcast, but apologies, Discord has messed up and I don't actually know who you are.
It's Lewis.
Hello, Lewis. Right, okay. Sorry there. No offence. I was saving the best for last, obviously.
Oh, wait.
Well, a bit of everything for you, really, this time out. Again, let's ignore race 3, probably. That was a lovely glitch. Didn't exactly cause you any help there. But the other 2 races, mighty fine at the top.
Yeah, 5th and 3rd. So, like, I've been struggling for a little bit of pace for the first 2 rounds. I mean, I was all right in Donington. I've got 4th, 6th, and 4th. But Zolder, I really, really struggled. Whereas it's nice to come from in Poland and here that I've come into it knowing that I've got pretty decent pace. Maybe not carried that into the races as well as I'd want to, but I've got a podium to my name now. I've got that off my chest, which has been a bit of a struggle this season. I think the main thing is that I am annoyed at that race 3, not just for the incident itself. Obviously, R Factor 2 decided to poke its lovely head up, but
you may want to have a chat with Mark Wicks as well. You both visited the other side of the barrier at some point.
yeah. It was a good solid roll. Maybe a 9 out of 10 on the gymnastic scale, but.
The execution on the landing wasn't quite there.
It's kind of ruined this record that I had going of the point scores, which is sort of something that matters to me in this championship.
Right.
It's happened now. It's, water under the bridge and all that, and moving on to France. I'm quite excited for that. Should be a good one.
Well, yes. I think probably the first time ITC's been there.
No, we were there last year.
Well, we are. Well, that just shows how unprepared I am, but there you go. Did you enjoy it last year then?
I was going into it expecting it to be hell because I'd never driven it before last season. And my only real mindset of it was just that it wasn't very good. I don't know where that came from, but like just looking at some of it, it's like, that's probably a bad track. But then I started driving, I was like, this is really good. And it flows really nicely just in general on a touring car. So I'm genuinely, it's one of the tracks when the calendar came out, it was probably the one that I was most excited for just because of it's a good fun track. I might not be quick there, but it's just a good one to drive.
Well, we hope so. We'll be watching it next time out thinking, wow, okay, well, to be honest, all the ITC this year has been great to watch from from my point of view. Obviously, I don't have to deal with things like being crashed over a barrier, for example.
Yeah, but it's all the fun.
But getting that podium, must come away from it thinking, actually, it's gone all right this time.
Yeah, I had a couple of podiums.
Scored quite highly as well.
As I say, I had a couple of podiums last season, and I think I had 7 in total in 2015, which was kind of, I feel like I'm on the pace that I had in 2015 again, which is good because I finished 4th in the championship that year. I'm currently 6th in the championship this year. I think I'm still 6th after this round. But I know Hodge said about it in the last interview about how we've got this fight going on between Aurora and DHR, and there's a lot of respect there between the two teams. We're good mates. All of the drivers. Obviously, Lars stepped in brilliantly for this round for James, who was ill, but slots in perfectly because we all get along. Me and Lars have both driven for DHR, so we know everyone there. We're good mates with all of them. It's a really fun battle because, I say, like you don't go into every round expecting, oh well, we're going to have this really tough fight and there's going to be like a bit of rubbing and all this. You just kind of know that we're going to have some good racing between the two of us and that we're going to come away from it hopefully close in the points. And we kind of both get our own bits of bad luck, but it's a really exciting fight. Yeah, it's a genuinely exciting fight.
Do you watch out for those drivers, particularly on the track then?
Absolutely. It's genuinely something that I focus on all the time. When I'm in race 1, I was in 5th. I was kind of comfortable. I had a gap to the car in front, gap to the car behind. I was just sort of lapping, but I was keeping an eye on where Hodge was, whether he was going up, going down, and then sort of working out on the points in my head quickly where everything was. And same in race 3 when I was watching that one. So, I kind of expect the gap to have grown between DHR, but we're only halfway through the season now. So that fight's still got a lot in it.
Oh, absolutely. And to be honest, it's not just you two together. You've got Epic there as well with you. You've got Drake as well. All really close together there.
Absolutely. So it's a good one.
Oh, it's looking like it's going to be a great season, to be honest. It already has been for 4 rounds.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So,
I'm really excited.
So am I. Hopefully we'll have a lovely broadcast for everybody again in 2 weeks' time. Hopefully you'll join us with whoever your teammate will be.
Should be Wilson again. It's just because he was ill this round.
Well, we wish him a speedy recovery then in that case. But yes, thank you very much for joining me as well for post-race interview. Go and celebrate your podium this year.
Thank you.
So far, the podium this year. I should say you might have more coming up.
Well, we'll see next round. We'll see. Thank you.
Should work quite well for the Civic. Okay, everybody. Right, we shall see you in 2 weeks' time on this channel, GPVWC.com. On the website, you can find everything else out on there about the mod, how to get involved in the broadcast team, how to get involved in single-seater series, how to get involved in this series as well at ITC. I really wish you get all involved. Get involved, join the Discord, anything else like that. Absolutely fantastic. It's a great little community to join. Thank you very much for joining me this time, though. I've been Mike Pitman, very unprepared, but doing cameras and comms. Hopefully I'll have your normal people with Josh or somebody else back as well in 2 weeks' time. But thank you for now. I shall shut down the broadcast because I realise that's me as well. But from Zandvoort, we are heading to France in 2 weeks' time. Make sure you join us there for more ITC action here from GPVWC.com.